Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for our first Modern Horizons 2 edition of Budget Magic. And one of the memes of Modern Horizons 2 has been green doing green things, as in taking other color stuff. We got green Yawgmoth's Will, we got a green Urborg. Well, it looks like green might be the color of Splinter Twin now too. I know green gets everything, that's just what green does. Well, today we are Squirrel Twinning, which is basically just Splinter Twin, the return of Splinter Twin in a $90 9-tick mono green budget. So let's talk about our insane new combo deck, jump into some games, see Squirrel Twin in action. So our Squirrel Twin combo is Scurry Oak, Ivy League Danazin. We play Scurry Oak, we play Ivy Lane. Ivy Lane gonna trigger Evolve on our Scurry Oak to put a counter on it and make a 1/1 Squirrel. The Squirrel comes into play to trigger Ivy Lane to put a counter on something. That'll be Scurry Oak, so it makes another Squirrel, which gets another counter. Loop, 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 loop. Infinitely big Scurry Oak, infinite number of 1/1 Squirrel tokens, which basically means it's the same as Splinter Twin. I mean, Splinter Twin, 3-drop, 4-drop payoff, win the game with 1 power creatures. Scurry Oak, Ivy League Denizen, same thing except it's mono green. The rest of our deck, we got a ton of ways to tune up our combo pieces. Core to Calling, Eldritch Evolution, Primal Command, so we can find our combo consistently. We got Ramp to speed up the combo, something like Elvish Mystic on turn 1, into Scurry Oak turn 2, Ivy Lane turn 3, turn 3 infinite combo win. We also have a bunch of card draw, Wall of Blossoms, Elvish Visionary, Eternal Witness can get a combo piece back, and that is Squirrel Twin, our new, improved, squirrely version of Splinter Twin in mono green. That's our Budget Magic deck for this week, so let's jump into some games, see if Squirrel Twin really is the return of Twin to Modern. How good is it? How awesome is it? How cute is it? Let's play some games and find out. Thanks for watching. I hope you'll enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit with a wrap-up. Need some new Modern Horizons cards? Well, you can pre-order them from our sponsor, Card Kingdom, by heading over to cardkingdom.com. Alright, Budget Magic time. We are Squirrel Twinning in Modern, and, well, I mean, we're gonna keep this. Hopefully our Mana Dork lives, but, I mean, we got redraws, we got tutors to find our combo pieces. Good work. Arid Mesa. Craxit. Mountain. Goblin Guide. Well, our walls are good blockers. Unfortunately, our Mana Dorks do not seem especially likely to survive. Which, because we got a one-lander, might be an issue. Well, Llanowar Elves go. Opponent untaps. Wooded Foothills. Craxit. Sacred Foundry untapped. And, yeah, Searing Blaze down to 15. Opponent goes combat attacks with a Goblin Guide. Do we draw land? No. Well, that is probably just game, unfortunately. Elvish Mystic. We kept a hand that was kind of counting on our Mana Dork living, and does not seem very likely against our opponent's deck. Opponent. Goblin Guide attacks. Hits us. Top card. Eldritch Evolution number 2. Yeah, down to 11. Opponent. Lights up the stage. Land and light up the stage. Sacred Foundry. Untapped. Light up the stage. Into 2 lands. Well, at least that was kind of a whiff. Problem is if they, light up the stage. Into 4 lands. Well, at least they were not great light up the stages. We will play a Wall of Blossoms. Draw a card. Well, I mean, because our opponent kind of fizzled on their light up the stages, we're still in this, weirdly. Unfortunately, if our opponent didn't have light up the stages and actually had to draw those cards, then we would probably be in the most wonderful shape, but opponent only ended up getting 1 spell out of 3 light up the stages, which is pretty good for us. Opponent goes attacking. Top card. Ooh, it's a land. All right. Everything's coming up Squirrel Twin at the moment. Well, we are going to block this Goblin Guide. Stay at 11 for now. Opponent. Riftbolt suspended. Passes. I'll play a land. Wall of Roots. Elvish Mystic. Pass the turn. Okay. I mean, we can also potentially gain 7 with Primal Command. Opponent. Boros Charms us to 7. Well, we'll see their hand. I mean, if our opponent just has enough Lightning Bolts, they still get there. Riftbolt. Hits us to 4. So dead to Boros Charm or double bolt. Opponent. Do they have it? Skewer to 1. Okay. So we're not actually dead. Hilariously. Opponent passes. All right, well, there is hope. We play a forest. Well, gain 7. Search for a creature. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will take Ivy Lane. Pass the turn. I mean, in theory, we just combo next turn. We'll see. We'll see if it's enough. If our opponent draws instant speed lightning bolt, it could still get us. Or if they just chain together enough lightning bolts. Opponent combat. Passes. Oh, play the land. Eldritch Evolution. Drop to 6. Get our Scurry Oak. Ivy League Denizen. Evolve. Squirrel. Counter on Oak. Yes. Squirrel. Counter on Oak. All right, so we're infinite. All right. Here they come. Infinite Squirrels, infinitely big Scurry Oak. Do it till we hit the token limit. And then the only issue is we are at 6. If our opponent can draw 2 lightning bolts, they could still get us. Well, here they come. That's a lot of squirrels. That is a mighty, mighty oak. And, all right. Uh-oh. We can't stop this? Oh! It called it a draw. No! It's not an unbounded loop mode. Oh, no! We did it, but it's a moto bug. Oh, it's because we tried to speed up the combo by doing the auto setup. Wow. Okay. It's because we tried to speed up the combo by automating it. Apparently, Moto thought that was a loop, but it's not, because we could stop it at any time, but it wouldn't let us undo it, because all we gotta do is put the counter on something else and the combo stops. So it's not it doesn't draw the game. It's not supposed to. That is definitely a Moto bug, or weird, even if it's not a bug, it's like weird programming. Because that should not have, I didn't even know that was a thing that would trigger an unbound loop. And it definitely shouldn't trigger there because it's not an unbound loop. If anything, it should just told us to do something else. Like, because we could have targeted anything with our Ivy Lane Denizen. Oh, no. Well, I guess we count that as a win in our hearts. I mean, I think we keep this just because Wall of Roots are good blockers. Opponent. Bloodstained Mire. Paraxit. Mountain. Man, that was our opponent being on the play, too. Like, opponent won the die roll, cast 3 light up the stages, and we still managed to assemble our combo. Moto just did not want to let us win. Down to 18. Confirm that Magic Online hates squirrels. Ugh, more lands. Lands forever. Elvish Mystic. Go. I don't know why Moto hates squirrels so much, but apparently they do. Wooded Foothills. Opponent. Well, Lightning Bolt on our creature is fine. These Wall of Roots are going to be hard for our opponent to kill. Hopefully more Llanowar Elves. Opponent hits us to 16. Cracks Wooded Foothills. Feels like a light up the stage, perhaps. Sacred Foundry, untapped. Light up the stage. Rift Bolt and Skewer the Critics. Well, that's actually not the worst for us. We'll play Wall of Roots. We'll play Llanowar Elves. Those are not the best hits for our opponent because Rift Bolt cannot be suspended. And Skewer the Critic, our opponent has to deal damage, so those are some of the less good bolts our opponent could hit, honestly. We really need to stop drawing lands, though. Opponent combat. Attacks with both. Top card. Eldritch Evolution. Alright, well, I think we block and block to waste this. To waste these cards from the light up the stage. Opponent. Pooh, passes. Alright, well, we completely fizzled the light up the stage, which is nice. Play a Wall of Roots. Forest. Go. Opponent. Arid Mesa. And gonna keep attacking. I mean, if our opponent has to end up throwing... Ooh, there's Primal Command. If our opponent has to end up throwing burn spells at our Wall of Roots, we're pretty okay with this. Well, block and block. Opponent. Lava Spikes. 2 cards in hand. Skewer the Critics. 1 card in hand. Opponent passes. Well, land. Primal Command. Gain 7 life. Search for a creature. Back up to 20. We will take Eternal Witness. Pass the turn. Opponent. Goblin Guide Part 3. Goes to combat. Attacks. Top card, Ivy Lane Denizen. Well, we will block a Goblin Guide. Drop to 16. Eternal Witness. Get back Primal Command. Land. Eldritch Evolution. Get a Scurry Oak. Pass the turn. So opponent's got to kill the Scurry Oak. Okay, so opponent stays alive, kills the Scurry Oak. Combat. Attacks. Land. Wall of Blossoms, which is good. Well, block a Goblin Guide, kill the Goblin Guide. Drop to 12. We untap. Forest. Ivy Lane Denizen. Wall of Blossoms. Counter on Denizen. Ooh, Court of Calling. Okay. Well, I mean, we are close to reassembling, and we're still at 12, and we got the Primal Command in hand. Opponent untaps. Combat. Attacks with both. Top card. Llanowar Elves. Well, I think we just block with Wall of Blossoms this turn. We really don't want to lose this Ivy Lane Denizen. Drop to 10. Opponent passes. Play the land. Llanowar Elves. Counter on Ivy Lane Denizen. How does this go wrong? Our opponent has Skullcrack. Let's Primal Command. Gain 7, search for a creature. No Skullcrack. We will take Scurry Oak. Pass the turn. Back up to 17, and I guess we hit you because we're not blocking, so hit you. Opponent. Down to 12. Opponent cracks. I think we might have it. I think we might be there. Opponent, Sacred Foundry tapped. Fitting the deck. Untaps. Arid Mesa. The sweet thing about where we're at now is we can kind of combo at instant speed with this Court of Calling. Opponent attacks with both. Top card. Llanowar Elves. All right. So we will just block one Goblin Guide. We want to keep this Llanowar Elves. We want all of our mana this turn. Opponent passes. So we play Scurry Oak. Counter on Scurry Oak. Resolves. Counter on Scurry Oak. All right, opponent. This time, okay, opponent scoops it up, which I appreciate. I appreciate because I mean, I think our opponent realized that this is probably just a miserable matchup for them. Squirrel Twin overpowered, even through all our opponent's lightning bolts. Game 1, we definitely should have won. Like, that was 100% on Moto. Well, I guess there was a chance they top decked another bolt and they could have got us, but we almost certainly should have won game 1. And then this game, we actually pulled it off. We're going to have to do the combo a little slower to not draw the game. But yeah, sweet. Squirrel Twin. Maybe better than Real Twin. Definitely better than Burn. But we'll take it. On to the next. All right, Budget Magic time. We are Squirrel Twinning in Modern. And this hand's pretty good, other than the fact if our Elvish Mystic dies here, we might do nothing for the entire game. Because we only have one land, Mishra's Bauble. Cracks Mishra's Bauble. Bloodstained Mire. Cracks Bloodstained Mire. Mountain. And Dragon's Rage Channeler. Alright, so some sort of Delvery deck, I guess. Well, we will play Wall of Blossoms, draw a card. It is a land, thankfully. Pass the turn. Opponent. Wow. Spin it to win it with Burning Inquiry. Interesting. Was our opponent playing some sort of Hollow One deck? Alright, well, interesting. That turns on our opponent's Dragon Rage Channeler, and they play another Dragon's Rage Channeler, and they play a Hollow One. Well, the question's gonna be, does our opponent have a Bolt, I guess? Opponent gets and hits us. Or some other form of removal. They'll play the land. Yeah, I mean, I guess we just have to Eldritch Evolution, get a Scurry Oak, pass the turn, and hope our opponent does not have it. We have it in hand. I mean, so if our opponent has removal, we're in trouble. If they don't have removal, I think we have a shot. Well, I guess our opponent got off to such a fast start that maybe, do we have to chump for 10? Well, I guess we don't technically. Opponent. Flameblade Adept. Sure. And Goblin Lore. Well, I think the question is still, does our opponent find a bolt? We're going to take 10 to 7, and then we're going to make infinite squirrels. And the question's going to be, do we die? Opponent's Blazing Rootwalla, sure. Gets to Madness it. Well, I mean, the question is, does our opponent have a burn spell? That is the only question. We're either going to win at 1 life, or we're going to end up just short and lose. Opponent, big attack. Can we block? No. All right, no blocks. We drop to 7. Oh, we could have. Well, we will play a land. Play Ivy Lane Denizen. And go infinite. Can't do the full loop because we learned that Moto will break. Alright. Squirrel, 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 squirrel. Grow, 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 grow. I mean, so our opponent can hit us to 1. The question is, do they have a way to deal 1 additional point of damage? So, infinite squirrels, infinitely big Scurryoak. We can block all the ground creatures for days. Opponent had a pretty good start, but I mean, this is twin. This is turn 4 infinite. No haste, but otherwise, it is twin. Squirrel, squirrel, squirrel! I mean, the combo works. The combo works. Is it going to be fast enough? That is the question. Double Dragon's Rage Channeler is a clock. That is a frightening clock. And they had the hollow one, too. They discarded a hollow one and still had another one. So we'll make a few more. And then we'll stop. Basically, that's probably enough. So attack with Scurryoak. Opponent, gotta jump. Well, I mean, this is it. You got a bolt. Did you find a bolt with all your random drawing and discarding? Hopefully the answer is no. Opponent throws the Blazing Root Walla under the Scurryoak. Well, this is it. We know they got 6 points of damage. Do they have a 7th hiding out in their hand? Opponent. Oh my god, cascades into Burning Inquiry. Okay. That's not a lightning bolt. That's not a lightning. If this Burning Inquiry's into a lightning bolt, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry so much. Opponent gets to surveil to try to find the lightning bolt. Although, even if they do, mills a Dragon's Rage Channeler, mills a Mauler, discards Ox, etc., etc., gets a Mauler, Marauder, and they couldn't find it. Squirrels! Opponent had a ridiculous start too, but we managed to overcome. Whoo! Oh my god. Well, Loaming Shaman in. Relic of Progenitus in. We'll go down 1 Primal Command. We'll go down an Eternal Witness. Maybe 1 Elvish Mystic. Do we want Weather the Storm? Is that even worth it? And let's go up a Weather the Storm. And right like that. No combo pieces. We do have redraws and ramp. I mean, I think we just keep. We're probably going to get Burning Inquiry anyway, so mount in for our opponent. Dragon's Rage Channeler. Well, Forest, go. Opponent. Wooded Foothills. Cracks it. Mount it. And, oh boy. Jeez, that's a lot of 1-drops. Oh, yeah, that is super scary. Opponent's really good at drawing all these Dragon Rage Channelers. 2nd game in a row, they've doubled up on Dragon's Rage. Well, play a Wall of Fruits. Go. Well, I'm assuming they're setting up Burning Inquiry or Goblin Lore to turn on the Dragon's Rage Channelers. That is my assumption. We'll see. Mountain. Bloodbane Maraud. Wow, okay. No Cascade. Well, opponent's decks, do they still have it? Alright, looking a little less scary. The opponent goes attacking. Well, we will block. Drop to 17. Yeah, Bloodbraid Marauder, when it doesn't cascade, is much less. Blazing Root Walla. So opponent's got all the 1-drops, but no way to fill their graveyard at the moment. I'll play Wall of Blossoms. Draw a card. Wouldn't mind another creature. Ugh. We kept this land-heavy hand because we were assuming our opponent was gonna wheel us, or Burning Inquiry us, but they did not. Opponent combat attacks. Well, I mean, we block and we block. Soak up as much damage as we can. Ooh. Uh-oh. Alright, Lightning Bolt Swallow Blossoms. Double Surveils. Fills a Root Walla. Keeps a card on top. Alright, well, we lose a wall. We take some damage. Opponent passes. Well, we will Loaming Shaman. Shuffle all of our opponent's stuff in. And get rid of whatever they surveilled to the top. Llanowar Elves. Go. I'll feel much better if we can kill these Dragon's Rage Channelers. We're like 1 draw away from doom. If they find like Goblin Lore or Burning Inquiry, it's so bad. Oh, they find Goblin Lore. Alright, well, that is the doom. Well, apparently we shuffled our opponent into exactly what they needed. Opponent surveils Flameblade. Leaves a card on top. Discards Burning Inquiry, grows their dorks. Only 3 card types, thankfully. So no Dragon's Rage Channelers yet. Cycle Street Wraith down to 17. Oh, they found it! Wow. Okay. Opponent mills a mountain. Oh, that's tough. That puts the artifact in the graveyard. That turns on Surveil. Then all of a sudden, our opponent's got a ridiculous amount of damage. Wow, what a turn! Okay, well, we knew that we were potentially 1 spell away from doom, and the doom came. The doom came. Opponent, huge attack. Well, we will block. And we will block. And we will take a lot. We drop to 3. Opponent gets to draw another card. Wow, we've run a lot of lands this game. I actually don't think we want to show him Primal Command. We're just going to concede. Well, the idea of keeping a land-heavy hand, trusting that our opponent would cast Burning Inquiry, failed us pretty brutally there. All right, we're on the play. Well, this will keep. Lightning Bolts are a concern, but we do have our combo pieces. Hopefully our opponent does not, again, have multiple Dragon's Rage Channelers. This time we're probably going to get wrecked by Burning Inquiry. Mountain. About it. Flame Blade Adept. Well, play a land. Play Scurry Oak. Go. Mountain. Burning Inquiry. Spin it to win it. Well, we did lose our combo piece. Opponent, Blazing Root Walla. Okay. And Dragon's Rage Channeler. Opponent goes attack and hits us. No blocks. We draw. Oh, Wall of Roots. Play a Wall of Roots. Mega Squirrel. Play a Wall of Roots. Mega Squirrel. Pass the turn. This actually sets us up for a pretty cute little line. Go attacking. Hit ya. We might be able to get a bit of a blowout here. Opponent cycles Street Wraith. Because we can Court of Calling for Loaming Shaman to shuffle our opponent's graveyard in and potentially shrink our opponent's stuff. Opponent cracks Scalding Tarn. Burning Inquiry. I mean, we shouldn't discard both Court of Callings. Yeah. Alright. So we discard a Court of Calling. Opponent gets some triggers. Madnesses. Combat. Attacks. Attacks. Now, we are going to block with both Squirrels. Opponent pumps. Court of Calling. Get another Scurry Oak. Drop to 13. Well, come on, way to get our Ivy Lane Denizen. That's what we need. Opponent cycles down to 12. So, oh my god, cycles to 10. Another Dragon Rage. Well, play Elvish Visionary, draw a card. Play Wall of Blossoms, draw a card. Wall of Blossoms, draw a card. Go to combat, hit ya. Opponent takes it to 7. Well, I don't know if we can close this out, honestly. The problem is the combo is actually off the table at the moment, or it takes an extra piece. Opponent finds a Goblin Lore. Gonna turn on the Dragon's Rage Channelers. Mills a land. Wow, this is so close. Mills a Lava Mancer, draws and discards. Still does not turn on Dragon's Rage Channeler, which is good news for the moment. They need the artifact. Lightning Axe a Scurry Oak. Okay. Trying to find the artifact. I mean, this is bad news for us. If they turn on the Dragon's Rage Channelers, their clock is really fast. Gonna leave it on top. Alright, well, Scurry Oak down. Oh, they needed an instant. Alright, well, Dragon's Rage on. And they found a hollow one. Oh my god. Opponent goes attacking. Well, come on, deck. Be good for once. Primal Command is interesting. Opponent has 0 cards in hand. Well, I think what we do is play a forest. We will Primal Command, shuffle our opponent's graveyard into their library, search for a creature. We will take Ivy Lane Denizen. We pass the turn. This is it. Can our opponent refill their graveyard in 1 turn? Random draw. We ruin their Surveil. Untaps. What do they find? Next turn, we're set up to go infinite. Opponent cycles a hollow one. That is 2 card types in the graveyard. Wow. If they spin into this, I'm going to be so sad. Creature. Okay. So that means they can't turn on Dragon's Rage Channeler. That's 3 card types. Okay. I think we're okay. This is going to be like game 1 where if our opponent draws a lightning bolt, we lose. But otherwise, we're good. And they do get an extra draw. Opponent cannot attack. Opponent passes. They get to draw the card from the bauble. But we play a land. We play Ivy Lane Denizen. We play Llanowar Elves. We start the loop. Scurry Oak, Infinite Squirrels, and this is exactly like game 1. Our opponent can put us to 1, but they need 1 additional point of damage. If they draw the 1 additional point of damage, they got us. If they do not draw a lightning bolt or something else that deals 1 point of damage, we have them. That is the game. So make a bunch of squirrels, enough that we definitely win next turn through whatever our opponent could find, and that we can chump as much as we need to. We'll go 20. 20 is enough. So 20 squirrels. Squirrel twin. I mean, we could make infinite, but I don't think we need to. All right, so make 20 squirrels. Last counter on Ivy Lane Denizen. Go to combat. Always put the last counter on Ivy Lane to get out of bolt range in case we do need to restart. Get it and hit you. And this is it. Our opponent, I assume, can probably turn on their channelers and hit us to 1. Can they find one last point of damage? 20 squirrels versus a hollow one. Opponent draws. What is it? Burning Inquiry. Oh man, hoping for miracles. Only 25% chance to even keep the card that they want anyway. Burning Inquiry. Surveils. Discard some cards. Some baubles. The Dragon Raised Chandeliers are on. Is the last card a bolt? Or do we Squirrel Twin them? Oh, come on. Opponent. Oh, they can cast the Ox and try to hit land and... Wait, no, there's no Ox, right? Oh, there is an Ox. Opponent attacks. Hits us. Down to 1. So they're hoping for the Ox miracle. What a ridiculously close match. Down to 1. Opponent gets back Ox. They need it to be exactly land lightning bolt. Or they're dead to the squirrels. Please not like this. Oh, that would be so brutal. Opponent exiles a bunch of cards. What a ridiculously close game. Opponent, Ox, discards, draws. Land bolt, please no. And scoops it up. Oh! Squirrel Twin. Wow. Well, I gotta say, I mean, those were 2 of the closest wins I could imagine. Twice. It was this exact scenario where we go infinite, our opponent can hit us to 1 and cannot find the last point of damage. Opponent's deck looks sweet. We might have to do some more hollow oneing at some point because that looks super spicy, but for now, Squirrel Twin, whew, taking down the new and improved mono red hollow one. Sweet. All right, budget magic time. We are squirrel twinning in modern, and it sounds actually kind of fine. We'll see what our opponent's up to. But I mean, we got the Ivy. Wow, we just have the full combo in hand, and Eldritch Evolution as a backup. Well, we'll see. We'll see how much removal and discard our opponent. Oh dear, Lightning Bolt Snapcaster. Well, the disruption is potentially good against us. Mountain for our opponent passes. Well, land and Elvish Visionary go. Wow, alright. Bad mana leak, interesting. Prismatic Vista. So our opponents, I guess, just on the counter it all plan, I assume. I'll play a Scurry Oak. Go. Opponent cracks Prismatic Vista. Island. Snapcaster for Lightning Bolt. Opponent combat. It's in with the Snapcaster. Down to 18. And Steam Vents untapped for Cryptic. I'll play a land, play Llanowar Elves. Eldritch Evolution, sack Llanowar Elves. Force of Negation. Yeah. Well, I think that hardcore control like this is definitely the worst matchup for our deck, by far. Opponent gets in with a Snapcaster, hits us down to 16. Watery Grave untapped. Passes. I'll play a land. Ivy Lane Denizen. Snapcaster for lose... Jeez. For lose focus. Yeah. Counters. Well, we will pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Attacks with 2 Snapcasters. Play Wall of Roots. Play Elvish Mystic. Pass the turn. Opponent. Snapcaster number 3 for a Thought Scour. Thought Scours. Mills a couple bad lands. Draws a card. Untaps. Goes to combat. Well, we will block and block. Down to 10. Opponent. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Better than all. And, yeah, alright. Yeah, this is not what we want to play. Not in the least. Well, Vexing Sushra can help against the counters. The problem is, our opponent has all the counters and all the removal. This is gonna be a tough one. We'll see. I feel like we're gonna need a miracle of some kind or another. Land and Llanowar Elves. Go. Opponent. Steam Vents. Untapped. I'll play the land. Elvish Visionary. Opponent Thought Scours. We draw a card. We play a Llanowar Elves. We pass the turn. Castle Vantress. Opponent passes. More lands. Well, go to combat. Attack. Hit our opponent. Play an Elvish Mystic. Pass the turn. Opponent casting a bunch of cantrips. 8 cards in hand. Untaps. Plays a swamp. Explosives on 1. And sure. Yeah. If I was not recording a YouTube video, I would have scooped there. Not because we're 100% dead, but because we're like 99% dead, and this is just a matchup that we have very little hope in on a budget. Opponent, casting up, finds a land they desperately needed, passes. Well, we find the land we desperately don't need. Go to combat, attack ya. Opponent takes it. Well, we will pass the turn. Cracks Prismatic Vesta, gets a island, Thought Scours, casts a Lightning Bolt. Jeez. You know when your opponent's Lightning Bolting your 1/1s that things are not going well? Just like, I got so much action and you have so little going on, I might as well just Lightning Bolt your 1/1. Well, get in for 1. Llanowar Elves. Forest. Go. Opponent. Cooligan's Command. And now we will officially scoop it up. Whoo! Well, apparently, Crim decks. Good against Squirrel Twin. Who would have guessed? Budget magic time. Twin is back, and squirrelier than ever. Was gonna say better than ever, but I don't know if I go that far. But we are Squirrel Twinning in Modern, and wow, this hand's solid. This hand is solid. Mana Dork into probably double wall into Eldritch Evolution Ivy League. I mean, of course, Soulscar Mage. Opponent could have a bunch of burn spells, which might be a challenge, although our opponent also did mulligan a bit. Opponent. Ooh, Harmonic Prodigy, spicy. So opponent is wizarding. Well, we'll take it. Land. Wall of Roots. Wall of Blossoms. Pass the turn. The only problem is a Lightning Bolt can potentially fizzle everything. Vishino Pyromancer. Wow, hits for 4. And our opponent's deck does look like the kind of deck that would have Lightning Bolts. And Wizard's Lightnings, probably. Down to 15. Opponent passes. Well, play the land. How do we do this? Well, let's play Ivy Lane Denizen. Elvish Mystic. Counter on the Denizen. Get it outside of bolt range. Pass the turn. Opponent. Okay, that's another Pyromancer. Well, we should be good now. So opponent hits us to 11, but we get to go infinite. And that should be enough? Unless our opponent can somehow 11 us. So we will Scurryoak. Counter on the Scurryoak. Make a Squirrel. Make a Squirrel. Make a Squirrel. I wish we could automate it, but we already learned that Moto does not like automating this combo. So we're not going to do that again. Alright, grow, squirrel, 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 make enough that you die, and then we should just win next turn. I mean, maybe our opponent can 11 us somehow. The problem our opponent's going to have is we got blockers for days. We do have to make sure we make enough that even if our opponent has a removal spell or two, we still win. So maybe 30? Yeah, let's go 30, and we'll call that good. So 30 squirrels. Well, 31 squirrels, I guess. And then counter on Ivy Lane Denizen. Might as well attack ya. Opponent takes it. And then Wall of Blossoms. Counter on... Yeah, let's go on a squirrel for the memes. I mean, the question is, can our opponent kill us somehow? Like, that's it. We got a 30 power oak. We got 30 plus squirrels. Opponent's got some wizards, but they're going to need a lot of burn spells. That kind of works. It kind of really works. Probably gets harder in game 2 because our opponent will know they need to try to play around the combo. At the same time, we do get some sideboard stuff. Specifically Weather the Storm, I think. Primal Command's not bad. Well, we'll go down 2 Visionaries. The walls are pretty good because they can block. Weather the Storm helps keep our life total high. Well, I mean, we'll see. Lightning Bolts can fizzle it, but Mana Dorks into combo pieces. Like, this is technically a turn 3 infinite. I don't actually expect the turn 3 infinite to happen, but it could. And if it does, it's going to be sweet. Well, land, war, go. Opponent. Ugh. You know what's good against Mana Dorks? Lava Dart. Opponent, Mountain. Harmonic Protege. Well, land, and we're really going to need to to draw another land, I think. If our opponent plays the keep stuff off the battlefield, roll, which they are doing, it's gonna be tough. Opponent kills. Okay, land, land, land. Please, magic gods, you can do it. Opponent hits us. Light up the stage, finds Swift, Spear, and Mountain. So opponent's getting low on cards, but they've killed our mana dork, so we can't actually cast anything. Nope. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. This is Lava Dart. Lava Dart. Opponent. Well, yeah, that is the risk in this matchup. We keep a hand that's dependent on mana dorks and just get them absolutely devastated by Lava Darts. Opponent, Swift Spear, Lava Spike, Lava Tribal over there, and a Flame Rift. That's some damage. So Weather the Storm would be sweet here. Well, we are going to be on the play for game 3, which is nice. We draw... I mean, it doesn't really matter. They have the Lava Dart. We draw land. We'll play the Scurry Oak. The problem is, if they Lava Dart our face in double prowess, then we got to chump, and then opponent goes to combat, attacks. Yeah, I mean, sure. Maybe they forget Lava Dart exists. Opponent hits, or maybe they just have a bolt anyway. Okay, sure. Well, that's more like it. Well, we will run it back. Being on the play is helpful. No lands, no keep, lots of walls. Well, okay. This will keep. I would say it's more medium than awesome, but put a land to the bottom. Opponent's also going to 6, trying to find the answers. Well, Forest and Llanowar Elves, go. Opponent, Mountain, and, wow, no Lava Darts, eh? Well, play the land, play Olive Blossoms, draw a card. Elvish Mystic, go. 1, 2, 3. Well, we'll see about it. Harmonic Protege. Well, play the land past the turn. Well, we're hoping our opponent taps out. If they tap out, we should have the win. Because we can Court of Calling for Scurry Oak. Lava Spike hits us. Lava Dart. Also, well, alright, hits our dork. Court of Calling. Now, let's Eternal Witness. Get back Court of Calling. I don't think we can win yet. So I think we gotta wait for our opponent to tap out. Opponent combat. Hits us. The problem is they know about the Court of Calling now. Down to 14. Do they have light up the stage? Skewer. Okay. They kill the Eternal Witness. Well, sure. Wow, and, okay, and Lava Dart. So opponents just, they're running it all out. Sure. I'll play the land. Pass the turn. Opponent. Land. 2 cards in hand. Swift Spear. 1 card in hand. Combat. Opponent. Attacks. Well, we're going to block. Down to 13. Well, Court of Calling. Get a Wall of Blossoms. Draw a card. Untap. Ooh, alright. Ha 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 ha. So we can gain 7. Well, let's pass for now. We're just trying to get our opponent tapped out so we can combo and win. Or out of cards, that would also work. Opponent. Flame Rift. Pumps the dorks. Down to 9. Combat. Attacks. We block and block. Come on. Tap out. Well, I think we're going for it. Court of Calling. Get a Scurry Oak. Untap. Ivy Lane Denizen. Do you have a bolt? No. Alright, well, this should be game. This time we should be able to just immediately win with the Scurry Oak, because it's going to be big enough. Squirrel Twin. Well, our patience is paying off. 9 power, 10 power, 11 power, 12 power, 13 power, 14 power, 50 power, Squirrel Twin. Also, the Mighty Oak. Alright, we do that. We attack you for 16. And Squirrel Twin. Pona had a lot of bolts. But not enough to overcome the new twin. It's back. Sweet. So what do we learn this week about Squirrel Twin in Modern? And the deck kind of killed it. We went 3-1 with the deck. We did see the bad news, which is control is really tough. We played a Grixis Crim control deck in just all the removals and counters and Snapcaster to flash it back. Those matchups are really tough to win. On the other hand, we were able to play a lot of pretty scary decks. Even decks that had a reasonable amount of removal. Like Burn has so many ways to disrupt our combo, and we were still able to take them down down, the biggest upside of this deck is a combo is so consistent. Thanks to Court of Calling, Eldritch Evolution, Primal Command, our card draw ETB creatures, we're able to assemble the combo really frequently, and we're able to like manipulate the board state in the game into a position where our opponent taps down, they tap out, and then all of a sudden, infinite Squirrels, infinitely big, Squirry Oak to win the game. The only drawback of the combo compared to the original Splinter Twin, or the main drawback I'd say, is the Squirrels themselves don't have haste. So we do have to wait a turn to attack with them. We can kind of get around this sometimes with Scurry Oak. If our opponent doesn't have a blocker, we can make infinite Squirrels, but also grow a Scurry Oak to like 1,000,000 power and then just win with one attack right away. So that is one way we can kind of win the turn we combo. Although, really, even though the Squirrels need a turn to get Unsummoning Sick to attack, every time we comboed, we won, so it wasn't actually a big deal in practice to have to wait that turn, especially when you consider just how ridiculously consistent the deck is because of the number of tutors we have. So I actually think that something like this is oddly competitive in Modern, especially for a budget deck. Like, as far as being competitive on a budget, I think this deck is actually really good, especially right now. Probably gets worse if people like learn about the combo and know they need to like always leave removal up or they're just gonna get squirreled out of the game. But the deck was actually competitive on a $90 budget, 9-tick budget, so incredibly cheap on Magic Online, and I think there's upgrade potential too. We're mono green for budget purposes, but if you are not playing on a budget, you can play the same combo, still have the same consistency, but like go into blue for counters to protect the combo, go into black for Thoughtseize to protect the combo. So the deck is sweet as it is and has potential to get even better. Plus, I mean, it's Splinter Twin, it's back, but with Squirrels, what more could you want with that? So that's Squirrel Twin. That's our budget magic for this week. I hope you enjoyed the return of Twin to the Modern format, thanks to Modern Horizons 2. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.